Hey everyone, Cabana456 here recording another video. So yeah, today, giving you another news update. So let's go on and get on with like big news for the 3DS. So let's just talk about Spider-Man. So a new game called Spider-Man Edge of Time is going to be coming out to the 360, PS3, 3DS. I think the Wii, I'm not too sure. I can't recall, but it's supposed to be a really interesting game, and the PS3 version and the 360 version look really awesome. But we haven't heard too much about the 3DS version, but Destructoid has had like hands-on time with it, and they've been able to get some opinions on the 3DS version. And they say about it that in terms of like the story, level design, cutscenes, and pretty much everything else besides that, it's actually identical to the 360 and PS3 versions. And you kind of do see a horsepower gap, like with the graphics and all. They're kind of downgraded a bit, but and the animations aren't as smooth, I guess. And I guess the frame rate's a bit down, probably causing the animations not to look as great as the 360 or PS3 versions. But besides that, it's basically identical. And they said that it's really impressive how they ported this 360 and PS3 game to the 3DS with it still looking really impressive. So yeah, I think there's something going on to where you can actually the 3DS version actually has bonus features that the 360 and PS3 version doesn't have. So it's not like you're going to be missing out on anything if you get the 3DS version. And that the game controls really well. It controls nearly as good as the 360 and PS3 version. And also they said that the 3D effect is really, really good, and that it implements it well into the game and takes advantage of it very well. It's not just like a silly old gimmick. You actually kind of see Spider-Man swooping around, and it adds a bit of immersion and just actually is used very well. So that's pretty awesome. Kind of cool that this game is actually going to be nearly identical to a next-gen console. So I don't know if I'm going to get it, but from hearing this, it actually sounds a lot more interesting. I think it's coming out sometime in November, and that's going to be a month to where a lot of my money is going to be going to Mario games, Sonic, and then probably Uncharted 3. So, well, I'm pretty sure Uncharted 3, if I win this PS3. But yeah, so I mean, if that does happen, if I do have the money, when I get this sign up for a partnership in the next coming week, yeah, I'll probably get it. But until then, I'll just keep it under radar and kind of see if I will get it or not. And then I also have some news on how Monolith Soft is actually going to announce a 3DS game, and you might be like, who's Monolith Soft? They're actually the people who worked on Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii, which is a very well-received game. Now, so far from what we've heard, in Europe it actually has sold, I believe, around 30,000 copies, so not amazing. It's not bad or anything, but it's not it's something like Monster Hunter or anything like that, which is kind of sad. So I don't know if Xenoblade might come. I don't know if Xenoblade will come to the Wii in the U.S., but hopefully the sales go up a bit more. But so far, I think it's sold. I think 30,000 in the first week in Europe, and so far it's gotten really amazing reviews. The graphics are gorgeous, just very expansive environments, and so far it has a 91 out of 100 on Metacritic. So that's really good, overall. So. What else is there? But yeah, they're planning to release it, and I think it's supposed to be revealed in the next issue of Nintendo Dream magazine, and it's supposed to be an RPG that will be the third installment in the series. So yeah, pretty cool. I'd like to see a game on the 3DS. Let's just hope it comes to the US and not stick around in Europe and Japan only. But what else? Oh yeah, it turns out that Epic Mickey 2 is actually in development, and if you've already heard about Epic Mickey, it kind of got mixed reviews, and I don't blame it, because Epic Mickey, in my opinion, kind of sucked. I mean, sure, it had the paint and thinner idea, but that was basically a copy of Super Mario Sunshine, in my opinion. Not that it's bad to copy a game. I mean, if why not try to why not try to copy like a really good game and kind of add a little bit of style of your own to it. The thing is that Epic Mickey just didn't play out well. There were some things that weren't really affected by the paint and thinner thing, and it just had, like, whenever the combat was kind of really flawed, actually. Platforming was, with Mickey's jump, it just, and even the frame rate, it was terrible. Like, whenever you'd get around, like, over 5 enemies or so, it was just terrible. So, I mean, hopefully they'll fix it out. I mean, it was a kind of decent attempt at making a good game, but, and I know a lot of people will probably hate me for saying this, but, I just did not like it whatsoever. But, anyway, Epic Mickey 2 is, in development, and they're, like, so far, it's actually, quite far into development, I think, and that, it's past, it's well beyond the purely theoretical stages, and that, they have some box art right here, which I'll show right here, and, they're thinking of names like, Epic Mickey 2, Return of the Mad Doctor, Epic Mickey 2, The Power of 2, Epic Mickey 2, Mystery on Main Street, and just Epic Mickey 2. And that's supposed to be coming for Wii, PS3, and 360, and that's supposed to be have an option of like 2-player split screen with Mickey Mouse, with paint and thinner, and then Oswald the Rabbit, who will be able to like fly like a helicopter and use electricity to fight foes, or like fight or friend foes. So. Yeah, I mean, Epic Mickey sold well. I mean, it was a good seller, but I mean, that's basically saying, like, a turd with a bit of polish on it, like, really sold well. Like, a turd with pizzazz on it, as, like, Nintendo 3DS blog, David says, but, anyway, that's just my opinions. I didn't like Epic Mickey. It just didn't control well, in my opinion. But hopefully they will fix it out, because I think Epic Mickey had a lot of potential, and that it could actually be a really good game, and hopefully they'll work out the kinks. So that, and then have some news on Sonic CD. So, you know, with the whole timeline thing yesterday, I was talking about just like how Sega was talking about how, oh, Sonic, like, Sonic CD is supposed to come out, is, like, in the timeline, it's supposed to be placed after Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but then they kind of say that Sonic 4 Episode 1 is, like, a prequel to Sonic CD. So, it's just confusing. Patrick Riley, like, just put in a very terrible, like, just put this whole thing, like, in a terrible, like, way. Like, it was just freaking retarded, to be totally honest. Like, didn't make any sense, and I can't believe he'd actually say something like that where it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, Ken Ballo has fixed it out, and he says here that that Sonic CD is going to be a prequel to the Sonic 4 series, but it's not going to move in the timeline. And he says here, remember back during Episode 1, I was saying that that we had a great story for the Sonic 4 Sega. It all comes back to that cliffhanger at the end where we brought back Metal Sonic, and Sonic CD was never really tied to the new numerical Sonics in any significant way back in the 90s, and that Sonic 4 is going to change that and bridge these adventures together in a meaningful way. But he also says, while we are not taking away when CD happened in relationship to the numerical versions, we can tell you that the events on CD are very important to 4, as you can imagine from us bringing Metal Sonic back. So before we take you to Episode 2, we're going to give you give all you fans a chance to experience CD for the first time in years, and with a terrific presentation and widescreen. And yes, the physics are fine. So yeah, I mean, basically, Sonic CD doesn't really have to, like, back then it never had anything to do with the Sonic 1, 2, or 3 and Knuckles games. Like, it had no really connection to that. You know, like how with Sonic Comics, because when I heard that baloney yesterday, I was just like, I don't really care. I just kind of think about Sonic CD as like that game to what Sega kind of does with their Archie comic series, where when they do like different stories and stuff. They'll have their another time, another place. That's what I thought of with Sonic CD. It's just like a game that's in another time and in another place. Doesn't really have anything to do with the timeline going on at the moment or anything like that, but it's just like a separate story from a separate time. That's what I always think about Sonic CD. So, yeah, glad Ken Ballo just cleared that up, because that was pretty retarded and kind of confusing, and I was getting a lot of comments about Sonic CD. Oh, well, I just think that the Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and then Sonic CD, and then Sonic 3D Knuckles should be the way to go. So, yeah, and then also just kind of wanted to give a channel update. So as you know, I've been so busy lately, like just like the increased growth with subscribers and all this stuff that's going on. I mean, just been really busy with extra things, school, and it's just a lot. So I mean, sometimes I can't respond to all comments, like I've said before, but you know, I try to actually like respond to some comments that are like actually necessary. So I don't want people thinking, like I've said, that I'm avoiding you or anything like that. It's just that I'm really busy now, because as you like, if you didn't know already, I have nearly doubled in subscribers in less than 2 months. Actually, I am currently right now at 1,912 subscribers, and you know, that's really impressive. I mean, I'm surprised I actually nearly doubled in subscribers. So I just want to thank you all for the support, and really appreciate it, and glad y'all are enjoying the videos. And soon I'll be reaching 2,000 subscribers, and also just to kind of like, I'm trying to manage my money a bit better, I guess you'd say. So I recently bought an HD camcorder. It's not the highest quality camcorder. It's just kind of something cheap to kind of do like walkthroughs on the PS3 games later this year, Sonic Generations and Uncharted 3. But it's like 1080p, and then if I record in 720p, it'll be like 60 frames per second, which is something I need because my TV is a 60 hertz TV, so it can reduce the flickering and actually kind of like have a better refresh rate with the frames per second. So, but yeah, just stay tuned. And also, I'm thinking about, like, with my Star Fox 64 3D walkthrough, I was wondering, would you all want that walkthrough in HD? Like, I know how with the walkthroughs of 3DS games, they're mostly like the games, and the 3DS screen is basically 240p, but it's a smaller screen, so it kind of looks like 360p a bit, which is why 3DS walkthroughs on YouTube actually look the best at 360p, which is why I don't put my camcorder at HD whatsoever. But the thing is that Star Fox 64 3D is going to be at 60 frames per second. So I'm wondering, would you want me to do like HD as well and just have like 60 frames per second footage, or do you not really care about that and just kind of like have a bit more clarity, I guess you'd say, and have it at 30 frames per second? Now, I don't really know how it's going to look when I record it with this new camcorder, but I'll kind of do a test, I guess, and show you all what it looks like, and then you all can decide from there. But I just want to give that update. And also signing up for a YouTube partnership in about a week or so, because then my 2-month my 2-month wait will be done. And like I said, I kind of do want to start doing contests more, just to kind of give back for all the support and stuff like that. And just like with how so many people like this PS3 walkthrough, just to like actually get some, like just to kind of actually help me out, and so I can do more walkthroughs and stuff like this. But yeah, I just want to like do a contest sometime later this year. I don't know, maybe it might be a 3DS game, 360 game, Wii game, I don't know, I'm gonna see. But I'm pretty sure it's probably going to, like, if I do get the partnership, it's probably going to be like a new game, like probably a big game like Skyward Sword or Sonic Generations or Uncharted 3. I don't know. I might just ask you like what game you want, like either a 3DS or a PS3 game. So yeah, I kind of have big plans for the channel. When I get this partnership, be getting a good amount of money, so I'll just be I just like to toss contests a bit, just to kind of, you know, just kind of give back to y'all, I guess. So yeah, that is basically it. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please remember to comment, like, subscribe. Stay tuned for more 3DS vids, walkthroughs, and updates. So yeah, see you. Have a good day.